Hey guys, welcome back to another video today. Today we have Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, the most popular senator in the United States, versus the incumbent president Donald Trump. This one was hotly requested to do. I've been doing this continuously, and we're just going to see how it works out. So Bernie Sanders, starting off, home states, Vermont and New York. Trump's home state is New York. That would go to Bernie Sanders. Starting off in the Northeast, we're going to try to make this one a quick one so it can better explain it to you. Pennsylvania, we're going to talk about more in depth. Nevada will come back to, but a number of states that Hillary Clinton won would go to Joe Biden. I mean, pretty much all of Maine would go. Bernie Sanders definitely has more of an appeal to the people in Maine than Hillary Clinton did, so that was something that was that should be noted. Out in Nebraska, I think Bernie Sanders could do considerable in parts of the Midwest. I think he could win that one electoral vote from the state of Nebraska. As for states like Arizona, Georgia, South Carolina, Georgia will come back to. Arizona, I'm going to leave that one. I don't think Democrats really can win that just yet. Back then, I thought that they could. Now it's looking a little bit more in the favor of the president. Going over to Indiana, the reason why I left that one as a toss-up is because I just want to speak about it for a moment, but then I'm going to put it in the GOP. So now that we're talking about it, Indiana, of course, Vice President Mike Pence's home state. Honestly, I don't see a way for Bernie Sanders to take it, although he did do well in the primary. It doesn't really mean much when it comes to the general election. As for states like Pennsylvania and Michigan, I think these two states would go to Bernie Sanders. I think his message on the economy, being able to bring out the white working class the same way he did in the Democratic primary in Michigan and had an upset, I think he could corral those Green Party voters that pretty much spoiled the election. Not in a bad way, just they spoiled the election, I guess. By having another candidate. I mean, there was a Green Party candidate in 2012, but it didn't make that much of an effect. But it's not necessarily, it's just how politics is. There's always going to be that one candidate that takes votes away, and it could be a what-if scenario. What if you weren't in the race? But Bernie Sanders, I think he could corral the base. And going over to Wisconsin, same thing here. I think Bernie Sanders would do great in the Midwest. I think he could better appeal to the rural voters. Going over to Iowa, I think Iowa would narrowly go to Bernie Sanders. Same thing with Nevada. Not seeing the same turnout for Latino voters, but I still think that that state would go to Bernie Sanders. Going down to Florida, another state I think Bernie Sanders could narrowly win. But as for states like Ohio and Georgia, I'm not really seeing the extended African American turnout for someone like Bernie Sanders. He didn't see it in the Democratic primary. I'm not so much seeing it in the general election with states that voted that partisan in 2016. But in North Carolina, I think he could edge out. So this is my final electoral map: 208 electoral votes for the incumbent president Donald Trump, and 330 for Senator Bernie Sanders. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you all later today.